Alright, so today we have a very special figure to review, and that is Super Saiyan Broly from San Diego Comic-Con, the exclusive metallic paint edition. Now, I've had this Broly in my small display storage for a while, and it is finally time for me to review it because we recently hit 300 subscribers. Thank you everyone for all of the support. This has been a wild ride. I did not expect a lot of you guys to actually just watch my content. But that's besides the point. We are here to see Broly. Now, this Broly does come with a special edition box, of course, like any other special edition from San Diego Comic-Con or even New York Comic-Con exclusive. He is the same Broly as the original Wrath Broly. Although he does not have the regular face of his base form, pretty much, or the Wrath form, whatever you want to call it, he is only Super Saiyan. Now, let's get this bad boy out and see how he looks. Alright, now that we have Broly out of his box, we can actually take a closer look at him. First of all, again, he has metallic paint. That is the whole purpose of this release of this Broly. That's why he became a... I'm pretty sure it was San Diego Comic-Con of 2022, I believe. So that was his main purpose. As you can see, he has metallic paint all over him besides the skin tone. The skin tone is just a much grayer and dull type of skin tone than he usually has. Probably to replicate the way that he looked in the movie when he was coming out of the crater that he created when he transformed into a Super Saiyan. Now, I've not seen much complaint about this Broly. I think this Broly is fine by himself. I don't think there's much issue with this Broly. Oh, besides that he's just the same mold as the previous one. But as someone that does not have the original Broly, I think this is a good substitute, especially since they released the base Broly from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Now, taking a closer look at this Broly, we can just, let me fix that up. We can see that his hair color is a little bit different than the regular Super Saiyan color. It is much more faded out and, of course, glossy because of the metallic paint. I believe it looks pretty good. I don't think I have any Super Saiyan, regular Super Saiyan to actually compare it to. But I think he looks great overall. And, of course, we can see the metallic paint in his armor and the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads are movable by themselves. They are separate from the actual design, which is something that they incorporated for this Broly when he originally came out, because the Saiyan Saga Vegeta is not like that, at least the original one. He does have Ba's ear in his waist. It feels like a different plastic than the hard plastic here. It's much more of a softer plastic, probably like Piccolo's cape and that kind of stuff. The amount of detail on this thing is absolutely perfect and outstanding, and I just don't really like that it's different, just a whole flap. I think it should have just been different segments like I've mentioned previously, but that's besides the point. Now, his scars, you can only see two of his scars. For example, in the face, he has his scar, his face scar on the left cheek. And, of course, it's the same faded out color as the whole body, same as the arm scar and everything. Now, the pants are the regular Broly pants, the purple pants, of course, and his Saiyan armor boots, of course, with the metallic coloring all over it. In terms of articulation, there's definitely going to be some limitations for this Broly. The way it's built, as you can see right here, he doesn't really do much that well of a T-pose. But honestly, I don't know why you'd want to do that. In terms of putting his arms all the way up in the Superman motion, I think he does a pretty good job. And the flaps do help it be more flexible than usual. In terms of arms, he does have the range of motion with the butterfly joints in the back, of course, as any standard SH Figuarts nowadays, at least for Dragon Ball. They have the butterfly joints, which are pretty good. In terms of rotating the arm, it's pretty simple. It does do a full 360 motion. This the shoulder pad does not really deny it from anything, which is cool, pretty cool. Now, in terms of flexibility, he has the regular flexible arm poses and all that kind of stuff. Any standard for SH Figuarts that you'd see nowadays. His neck, I haven't really seen it. Oh, that's pretty good actually. That's a pretty good neck flex and all that kind of stuff. Torso. I will say, I think that's one of the only issues with this Broly is that his armor, at least this green section right here, is completely glued to the top part of the torso, which and as well for the back. So I think that's one of the only downsides with this Broly, because you won't be able to really flex him forward. Like, I don't want to break him. Taking out the plastic that he comes with, for example, this type of plastic that he has around the torso, I have to take off the upper torso so I can actually remove that piece, which I don't think is the greatest. In terms of leg movement, I think it should be similar to the full power Broly that we looked at. He moves his legs forward pretty well. And I don't know how well he does the splits. Pretty well for being blocked off with the fur ear. But yeah, that's pretty much Broly in terms of mobility. I actually wanted to do something different this time around. I wanted to measure him up with other characters that we've reviewed previously. So give me 1 second. Here we have Broly comparing his size to Orange Piccolo, which we recently reviewed and looked at a couple of weeks back. They do seem to be similar heights, Piccolo just being slightly taller than Broly, not taking into account his Super Saiyan hair. But yeah, that's actually pretty good size. Comparing him to his full power Super Saiyan version of himself, he is quite smaller, as you can see. Broly is just a huge monster that just towers over everyone, so it would make sense. And again, it seems that the details on the ear are a little bit different. If it's noticeable in the video, I'm not entirely sure. Besides the green paint and everything, they seem to have a very similar mold. This one is just scaled down. Or it's the same one as they previously used. But yeah. Now, as for the accessories, this Broly does have a very limited amount of accessories. I always think that any Dragon Ball figure should have a ki blast of some sort included with them, but what can we do? So this Broly does have 2 different faceplates, besides the one that he comes with, and then 2 different sets of hands, which are the very usual standard for Dragon Ball, especially for like cheap figures like the Super Saiyan Vegeta that recently came out, and then for the God Goku that's coming out soon. Now he has the grunting face, of course. Broly, oh boy, Broly does always have a grunting face, at least being all mad about everything in life. And then he has a shouting face, which, again, standard for Broly, having the same or very similar color scheme with the hair and the skin tones, of course. He has the 2 grasping hands, which very standard for any Dragon Ball figure. These look exactly like Piccolo's, but a different color. And of course, the two Ki Blast hands that they could have included with an additional Ki Blast accessory, but of course not. Now, you may be wondering what makes this Broly very exclusive, and let me show you. Alright, so this Broly from his exclusive edition came with a power-up key stand, which I think is quite cool. They don't often include those for, I was going to say regular releases, but this is just an exclusive edition, so they normally do include those for for Saiyans and all that kind of stuff. Hell, even Majin Vegeta just recently got one. But this is the reason why he was an exclusive. And I don't have much of an issue. I don't think he was as expensive as I remember. I think he was around 85 maybe, same as Piccolo. And Piccolo comes with less stuff, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that they include these type of things with the exclusive edition figures. Although it's kind of stupid sometimes. But you can always purchase aftermarket and secondhand, or not secondhand, just after third market accessories for your figures. Alright, so for my final thoughts on this Broly, I think this Broly, for an exclusive, is a pretty cool exclusive. He has the metallic paint color, just like the Super Saiyan God Kaioken Goku we looked at last year, which was the 2021 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Again, if I'm getting the New York and San Diego Comic-Cons mixed up, I apologize. I just don't remember. It's been a year since I had this Broly on pre-order. So yeah, I just to mention, he was a Premium Bandai exclusive. Again, I don't agree with that kind of stuff, but yeah, sure. Overall, I do give this Broly maybe a 7 out of 10 for an exclusive. His only thing that he has as quote-unquote exclusive is the charging effect, and of course the metallic paint, but he comes with very little accessories, and I just don't think that's really good. But yeah, that's about it. Next week we will be looking at Super Saiyan 2 Goku from the same exclusive batch.